All right, folks, these are the coaching notes for the Thursday strength class. We commence on 25th of May 2026. So, from a coaching point of view, it's probably worth noting that this session, in my mind, is a secondary press day. It would be the accessory day to your main bench day on Monday. That's one way of looking at it, but of course, it's not the only way. Some people might just see this as a good old-fashioned bodybuilding day where they're looking to take the sets and reps to failure, or the exercises to failure. I am absolutely more than happy for people to come in and do that. What I would say is it's probably worth grabbing me in the session or booking into a coach consultation and have a little discussion about your training goals and how to best go about applying the right amount of stress in each session for those goals. Because if you were, for example, trying to achieve the biggest bench press you could and really focusing on that Monday session, you might not want to just dabble with whatever weights are causing failure on the Thursday. You might want to be a little bit more meticulous about your loading, so that your stress that you're accumulating every week is consistent, so that you can monitor that against the progression of your bench. It completely depends what your intentions with your training are, but again, more than happy for people to turn up and just see this as good old-fashioned bodybuilding day. Let's hit some failure. So incline bench press is up first, 3 sets at 12. With that failure idea in mind, I don't mind if you fall short of the 12 or go beyond the 12. When you're doing that style of training, the rep range becomes a little bit open-ended, and that's fine. I would say with a lot of these exercises, staying in what I would call a tension pocket. I quite like that when I'm doing this training. I would come right down on the bench, get the bar against the chest, and then when I press, I'm going to avoid a lockout. I'm probably just going to stay slightly in flexion at the elbow, and that's going to keep the tension on. Because as soon as I lock out, tension's not necessarily where I want it. It's coming off the tricep when I'm just loading joints at that point. It also means you'll probably use a little bit lighter weight, and it'll be probably a little bit more friendly on the joints. Next up, we have the Arnold press. I want this to be an in, and I want to open the twist as you press through. I don't want to see here, here, and here. You got to be coming up through with that twist. But I'll obviously coach that through the session as well. Barbell supinated underhand bent over row. Okay, BOR is bent over row. Supinated, okay, underhand on the bar. It just means we're just going to use a little bit more bicep on this row. A supinated grip on things like lat pull down and barbell was just like so good for developing your biceps. Your bicep is a major player in a row movement, and this is one way we can just put a little bit more demand on that muscle group. Some people struggle with that kind of external rotation to get an underhand grip. If that is you, it's absolutely fine. Go to your pronated grip. But what I would say is it might be worth using a lighter weight to train the forearm in this way. It is worthwhile keeping that mobility in an external rotation. So yeah, bear that in mind. And then obviously we're just going to finish off the biceps that have been obviously previously used with a barbell curl. 2 sets of as many reps as possible. Now, if you are looking to monitor your stress a little bit more closely in the week, you could apply like a rep range to this and just incrementally build up the weight at that set rep range. I'm absolutely fine with people playing around with these programs a little bit, but probably worth having a chat with me if you're doing that. And that is the Thursday.